Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl Brittany Shantae of Inspirational website imperfectlybe.com. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, and definitely make sure that you hit up the other social media links down in the description box below. Much appreciated, y'all. So I want to get into a video that I know is going to be a little bit emotional for me. I'm 85% sure I might cry. So, especially because this week has been a very emotional week. I realized that this week would be, or would have been today, February 15th, the day that I am publishing this video, would have been my grandmother's 80th birthday. And I had always wanted her to reach her 80th birthday here on Earth, to celebrate, to have like this big birthday bash and to have her name called at church. But I was just thinking about her, especially this week, and then also a few other people, thinking of a deacon at my church that had passed around this time last year, Deacon Jefferson Best, and then also another deaconess who had passed last week, that we actually said goodbye to this week for her homecoming service, Mother Carolyn Harrison. And all of these other people that I know that have gone on to be with God, or even people that I know that are getting older, but have still pressed, in spite of how they felt, in spite of what may have been going on with them, that still pressed their way out to church or pressed their way out to serve other people, to be a positive influence in their communities, regardless of how they felt. It's something that has really been on my heart lately because I have been contemplating quitting some things that I have been doing with, if I'm just candid, if I'm just honest, that I was doing at my church, contemplating giving up some other things just to focus on what it is that I'm trying to do career-wise. And I mean, I've really been struggling with it because it's hard to try to balance everything. Like, I'm sitting here trying to balance a 9-to-5 job. I'm trying to balance my writing. I'm trying to balance serving up at the church and doing different things that I'm doing now, and trying to work out, eat right, and drink the number of cups of water I'm supposed to drink a day, which ain't working out too well. But trying to balance all of that, and it's so difficult. And there's just some days where I just really want to give some things up and really just want to be done. And it has nothing to do with the people that I serve with, or where I'm serving at, or what I'm doing, or anything like that. But it just, sometimes it gets to be too much. And so I've been thinking about that for the past month, and really calling myself wrestling a little bit with God, I guess, and having these conversations like, I'd be able to do this if I wasn't doing that. And he's really been moving it in my heart of how much it's not about me, and it's not about how I feel. And this week for me was really the kicker. Like, I was sitting in Deaconess Harrison's homecoming and just listening to all the testimonies and knowing some of these stories myself, and knowing, some of the things that she's gone through. Not all, obviously, but knowing some of the things that she's gone through, and knowing just how much of a soldier she was for God, and knowing how much she pressed. And even her last day on this earth, pressing her way to church. Like, she had to get to church her last day on this earth. And ended up going to church and then going home for a nap and being welcomed into the arms of God. And I sat there thinking about that when I got home, and for the rest of the week, of just how much things aren't about me, even though I feel like it at times, even though I feel like it's my talent, even though I feel like it's my gift, even though I feel like this is my life and I ought to live it how I want to live it and enjoy it how I want to enjoy it. And it's not. For me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God wholeheartedly. I obviously am not perfect, hence the name, but I'm striving to be better with each passing day and striving to understand what it is that God would have me to do rather than focusing on what I want to do. And it's difficult at times for me to not be selfish because I'm so tired. I'm so sometimes worn out where I feel like I can't remember the last time I've gotten like more than 3-4 hours of sleep in a night with everything going on and everything that I'm trying to do. And after the service, it just really inspired me. Knowing, I told you I was going to get emotional. Y'all see me crying? Knowing that God has called all of us to use the gifts that we have, not for our own glory, not for our praises and accolades, but really using them to impact other people and to serve Him and do what it is that He's called us to do. And it's hard for me sometimes to really step into that. But more and more lately, I've even added on some stuff to my plate now. But more and more lately, I hear Him calling me to do even more. And it makes me tired just thinking about it, honestly. But at the same time, my life is not for me. This blog is not for me. It may have started out that way in terms of me just trying to spread a little bit more light and positivity in my own life and then ultimately to others. But I got caught up in trying to make this a brand and trying to monetize and trying to do all of these different things that I forgot about my main goal and my main purpose. That if I could really just impact one person, and I really meant that at the time, and I've lost sight of that. And that's how it is. Like we lose sight sometimes of what it is that God has called us to do, what our true life's purpose is. We get caught up in trying to make money or get accolades, get praises, like I said. And I don't know, it really just hit me this week that I gotta get back to what this was supposed to be, what things were supposed to be, and continue to and do even the more of things that I may not necessarily always want to do, but I know that God is calling me to do. Things that I know I have a gift for. I want people to know and to understand, like, your life is not just about serving you. Your life is not just about taking care of yourself or even just taking care of your family, taking care of just you and your people. It's about using what you have to impact others. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the entire world, the entire country, your entire city, your entire town, whatever. But people outside of you and outside of yours that you wouldn't necessarily interact with on a regular basis. When you know that you have a certain gift, you have a gift for maybe hospitality, you have a gift for talking with people and encouraging other people, you have a gift for music or a gift for dance. And I understand that there is definitely money and fame to be made with certain things, but using it for a purpose outside of yourself is so key and so crucial. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to continue to do. And I just feel like I lost sight of that for a minute. And so this week, truly did remind me of that as I thought of my grandmother, my Nana, as I thought of Deacon Best, as I thought of Deaconess Harrison, and all these other people that I got to see this week at Deaconess Harrison's homecoming, and just remembering how they press and how they serve, you know, even in spite of sickness, in spite of not having rides sometimes, people who just genuinely give from their hearts. And that's what I'm aspiring to be. That's what I want to be. So this was really just a random rant video. I just felt like talking. But I just hope that I can encourage y'all as I encourage myself to serve other people with your gifts, even when you get tired, even when you get frustrated, even when it just feels like you're being torn into 50 million directions and you can't take it no more. I just hope that you stay encouraged. Like I said, as I try to encourage myself. So that's really all I had to say. It was really random. So I hope somebody got something, out of that. And thank you very much for listening. Like I said, trying to create more content for y'all, and definitely want to be more consistent with it. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that like button. And I'm going to keep these videos going. So when you subscribe, you'll get a notification saying, hey, new video from Imperfectly B is up. So keep watching, and I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Bye.